Hello and welcome. It is the 24th day of June 2019. More ratio trading. This is getting interesting. I'm just trying to develop this type of strategy and hyper over aggressive, but as smart as possible to not sell out of coins trading, getting as much volume and volatility as possible. And I can't remember how many coins I started with, and this is not 425 days. It is substantially less than that. But the results are becoming very phenomenal. I had in this game up to day 425. I'll put the link in the more information box for the code in small basic in which to play this. But right now, I've finally managed to get the theta back that just sold so nicely up until period 425. Within such, what we have here is this is like every few hours each day. It's like every I think from what I remember it was a half quarter. It's a half quarter day, or it's an eighth of an hour each one, approximately, give or take, based on the data in which I download. Or is it? No, it's not. It's almost over. Okay, throw that aside. Throw that aside. I might as well complete this now, actually, now that I say this, because I thought this was going to be like a 2,000 day lot, and I do have one like that. But it's not this crossing. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see. Now it's almost done. So we'll finish it off and we'll play it out. Now here's a situation where Wabi had just had a 21.79% gain, and I want to really sell aggressively. Like 10% of what I own is 27, 20% is 54. It's going to be higher than that. I had recently had sold 2,000 theta for 25.1 and 2,000 theta for 23 of them. Those are going to be wiped off the board, and I'm going to start new seeds, new chains the rest of the way. So let's just clear through, sell maybe 80 of them. All right, so here we are. So now what I'm looking for is 7% moves, 7% moves, and then when they get higher, I'll adjust accordingly. And this is adjusting accordingly because 18% is higher. So let's start a few seeds. I'm going to sell some theta. If it was a 7% move, I would have wanted to sell about 2,800 or so, 2,900 even. On a 10% move, we're talking 3,600. On an 18% move, I'm going to be talking about over 5,000 of them, even go aggressively and go close to 6,000. Put it in maybe three different order segments, three seeds as I'm going to put it into. So therefore, I'm going to um, let's do 6,000. It says I'll get 68. So if I do some math in a calculator, 68 divided by 3 are sections of, well, 22-ish or so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 23 in for 2,000, and it's at price point of around 87. And 23 again, or 22.8 at 2,000 and 22 at 2,000. Is that right? 64, 67.8. Nope, I need something like that. And I'm the higher number first just because I'm going to try to buy back individually. I'm either going to plant new seeds or buy them back on the next trade. So let's put that into play. So I got this set auto to go to the next move. So theta even going to put more, so I'm going to plant more seeds. That's going to be just one for a 10% move, but that's going to be more than 10% of what I own. Maybe I'll do two seeds. We're talking about 26, 2,800 minimum. So let's just put some two small ones in, and I'm going to sell 2,800. Again, I want to sell more aggressively, put myself at large risk, as I might state, to be able to get more coins. Meaning, if this just keeps selling off, I'm going to run into problems. I'm not going to have much theta ammunition to sell with. But for what it's worth, we're going to give it a shot there. So we can go 18 for 1400, and we're doing so at price point 79. And we're going to go 17.1 at 1400. So that's 35.1. And I'm buying back completely full. I do full complete buybacks regardless of which one the buyback is on. Right now the buyback is trying to get theta back at this stage. Alrighty, so let's go to the next trade. So theta gains 12, that's 2 more seeds that's going to be planted. So if it's an 8%, 7% move, we're looking at close to 2,000. So let's do like 2,600 and do a hair less on each seed value, but more for what we would get. So 26 would get us back 36.8. So therefore 18.8 on 1,300 at a price point of 70, and 18 at a price point of 13 again. So therefore, what basically here, I'm looking to get these back. This is what I had before. I had like 15 of these written down before I got the buybacks. And I'll remember, I got like, I forget how many I started with, but then that gives me, I can see how well I do when the game is over. Yeah, there's only 502 days, so it's almost over. But the volatility is really picking up over the last little bit here. So let's move on to the next one. We got Wob, and then there we go. How much of it do we want to get back? And spotlight this, maybe like this many, and leave 2 back. So I'll get 5 of them back. So 22 plus 18 is 40, 57. 57 plus 18 is 75 high, so 76, 94. Let's just do 90. Let's sell 90 of them back and then complete those 5 like that. So now I'd sell 90 and I get back 83.57. Complete that, and another 17% gain, which will complete the order again completely. So I'm gonna sell probably more than, I'm gonna sell more than the 45. I'm just gonna start a new chain and start new seeds from this point on. So how many do I want to sell? Well, let's go 56, 57, if not 60. Yeah, let's do 60 because I want to go as aggressive as possible. Okay, so here we go. Next trade is a theta gain of 14.55%. Let's plant 2 seeds. And what we have in here is an ownership, yeah, 7-8% gain. I want 10%. That's the oversell number that I'm thinking about. So it's basically 2 7% gains in a row. So I was basically looking to sell maybe 6,000, which is what I'll do. And we'll do it over 2 seeds. So one will have, say, 30, say 32 for 3,000. And that will be at price point at 96 rounded, and then we'll go 31.5. So I'm going to buy back about 31.5 on if the next trade is Wabi going up. And if it's theta, then I'm going to add more seeds, let the market do what it does, and I'm just going to react to the situation and only price pays. All right, so we're on day 442. Let's so there's a theta gain. Now for 2 seeds again. Let's do like maybe 5,400, which would be that of 27 each way. That's a very aggressive. Let's even go 5,025 because that's 20% for a 12% move. So I don't want to go too high wire crazy, but I do want to go crazy on this because the whole point of it is the more I sell, the more I'm going to profit. But I got to find a nice fine line of not selling too much and selling too much, if you know what I mean. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So 2,500 is for this. Price point is 86. And we're going from January 30th to a couple days ago. Or actually like 4 days ago, 5 days ago, really 6, 7. That's when I last got this data. Either way, pretty close to current. So Wabi has a gain of 12.5%. It's up to 96. I could just get them both back, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. So that was in that of getting 58. So let's do like 57. So 5,000 theta left, 5,400 come in. So you're getting 400. Now theta gains, so let's create one more seed. Let's do 3,200. So I'm just going to go like this, and we're getting 36 of them. And I might as well put the price in. That would be in at 88. We'll go. And it's just for whatever purposes here. Okay, Wabi gains 6%. Okay, let's sell it. So if I sell the 36 I gain, there's 173 my direction. Let's see what happens with the next market move. Okay, Wabi gains 28. Another reset. Alrighty then, as Jim Carrey said in Pet Detective, 80, 85. Let's do it, 85. And next move is a theta gain, so let's do 1C, let's do 4,700. And that would get us 42.5 on day 452. Okay, next move is Wabi gaining, so I guess we'll just reset it again and do the 42.5. And so now 5,200 come in, that's a gain of 500 plus. Okay, what do we do next? Wabi gains. Okay, so we're going to sell some Wabi. Now here's an interesting aspect in how much you sell here, because if I sell like a little over 10%, like that's like 24, 26. Ooh, that's like, maybe I was selling a little too much theta, but I think I got to work with the theta number here for more than anything. So maybe just buy some theta, maybe 3,900. Since I was playing these numbers before, this is still a downgrade from where we were going before. But let's go 29.3 for 3,900. Start a new chain. It seems lower stake, but it's still good. It's still a good aggressive number overall. And price point at 133. Okay, so theta gain, so we'll just get that trade back, and we'll start a new one after that. So it was 3,900 theta before. Let's do 3,855, and we're going to gain about 2.3 of the other coin. Okay, 4.5. I want a better number than that. We got 9.5. So let's do a Wabi sale again. Let's do that 32 or so that we do, or 31, because that's what we did from before. Like almost like take what we had before and just move it back in. And we're doing so at 132 here. Okay, so next trade. So theta, another reset. Let's just do a complete big trade, and we'll just eliminate everything. Let's do A12. Let's just do like 14,800. Okay, now we'll put a new chain in. I didn't meant to, I meant to push 4 to buy. I don't do that mistake too often as much anymore, but it works out better, 17%. Let's put in three chains in. Let's sell 6,000, 2,000 per chain. And alrighty then, so I know I should be able to do this in my head, which is like 22 and change, but 68 divided by 3. Okay, 22, 24, so let's just do it easy here, because and then see what the market does after that, because as a trader here, I don't care what happens as far as this ratio goes. I don't care if the ratio falls lower or higher. I'm just going to react to either or. And in the either or situation, it'll theta gain. So I'm going to add another one. Let's add another 2,000. Let's sell 10% for a 7% move. So this one will be 24.4. And I'm going to round it down, even though it says 4.9, because I'm just going to sell 24.4 on if the next buyback when that occurs. Okay, so okay, Wabi gain. How much of that do I want to get back? I'm going to get 1 back. I'm just going to get that 24 back and see where we go. So we'll do 24.4, which means I'm getting 161 and change. And let's do a complete reset. I might as well just fill in those 3. What would that be, 67 or so? I want to do a bit more than that, like 75 or whatever, 78, 80. 88. 80, no, 80 is fine. And that gives me 82.56. Okay. So theta gains 15, that's 2 seeds. And if it was 10%, we'll look at 6,000, I'm thinking. Even 64. 64 brings me fond memories, Commodore 64. Alright, so 9% move. That's, I think I had to pause the tape. I think I might have should have wrote something down, but anyway, let's just sell 2,800 here for 34. It's almost done. There's only about 20 days left. And I'm not even going to put the price in. I can see the price, so I got the last 3 trades written down. Okay, so theta gains. So let's sell two lots here. Let's do 4,500, 4,600. No, 48 would be 24 average, so 4,800. I want to go as much as I can. I mean, I can't sell it all. I mean, if it works, whatever. If I know the market would go down, I would. And now we have a Wabi gain, so I can get back the 34, which would be a gain of 171. Let's go for a better gain. So a theta gain, which won't happen. Let's go ahead and sell that 20. Just do another 2,400 sell. This time we'll get 34 again. I'm just going to leave it as is then. And then I can just sell it back and gain 139. And now we're done. We're done. The game is over. So on day 495, the final results, 400 Wabi. So I'm going to write this down in here. And again, I forgot what I started with. This is January 30th through now in a bear, pretty much what has been bear market conditions, just starting to get it back. So Wabi was 403.6. And theta was 17,400. Last time I did this, I didn't double up. I know that for sure. I had a good gain though, but it wasn't quite double overall. Let's see what we have here. Okay. I started with 100 of the Wabi at 98.45 theta. Wabi up 4x in this time in my video game, and theta not quite double. How much is each one of them worth? Well, what I can do is say, let's calculate the Wabi value and theta value. Well, the ratio ends at 78.36 on period 502. So therefore, if I were to take those 403.6 Wabis, I would get somewhere in the area of 48.36 times more, which would be about 19,518, so plus 17,434, I would be worth 36,952 theta. How many Wabi would I be worth? Well, I'll take the 17,434. I'll divide that number by the 7836, and I'll add that to the 403.6 for 626, which means priced in Wabi, my gain was 6.26. Priced in theta, my gain was over 3.69. And it's using this type of an aggressive strategy. I cannot stress enough how important I think it is for people who want to kick ass at this game to take advantage of the fact that I have this free information available. I have given out several codes in the past. Let's publish this one. And what you do is you push an import. You put the 6-digit codes in, 3 letters, 3 numbers. Let me just say this. As it's set for volatility in here, this is the move right in here. Whatever volatility you want. 10% 1.1, 30% 1.3. And the trick to getting the down move is 100 divided by that pretty much same number. So 40%, 100 divided by 40, so on and so forth. So you might want to go in here and play your auto to how you do. What I'm thinking about doing is, it's not any hard code to do. In fact, all this is, I mean, it's easy. Is put like code number 7 where you could adjust your ratio whenever you want, and then it could automatically do this that way. I'm thinking about doing it that, but for now, it is how it is. That's how you're going to have to do it. You have to live with 7% moves if you want it as is to start. So let's publish this. The code comes in that of, well, it's still coming up to load. GCK. G is in Geico. It almost looks like Geico. That's why I think I said it. 769. So what I do, just so I can use it later, is I go like that. And in programming language, when you put that little thing beside the enter button and 2 beside the L, or that little colon thingy, and that puts it in green, and that's just notes. That does no programming whatsoever. So if someone comes in, yeah, I want this code, I can quickly get it. And here's the interesting thing I kind of wonder about this, is the exhaustion of these numbers, because it's always letter, 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 number, number, number. So how many combinations are there? And that's an easy equation. It's 26 to the power of 3, multiply 10 to the power of 3. So 26, because there's 26 letters, multiply it again, that's 17,576, and that's multiplied by 3 number systems, 1, 2, 3. There's only 17,576,000 combinations that can be used. But I suppose there's not too many people that do spam basic, but it could easily be spammed out. That's just an interesting thing as well. Like 17 million isn't too many. I don't know but anyway. Just what weird mathematical things that I happen to think of. That considering when you look at blockchains, if you're talking about say you're talking about 20 characters times, and it's either a number or a letter, and who cares if it's upper or lowercase? It doesn't matter. It does. So let's just say there's 36 numbers. Okay, so there's 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 different numbers of whatever up letter or number is. That's million, billion, trillion, 3.6 quadrillion. And then 20 of them is 3.6 quadrillion to the power of 2, which would be 6, 9, 12, 15, like 30 decimals. So you times that by 3 again, you got a Google, I guess. A Google is 1 to 100 zeros. Math can be fun, or it can be boring, or it can be a brain freeze for some people. Let's go over a few comments. Somebody says I'm the best, and they laugh. Okay, it's funny. It is kind of funny actually too, because if you laugh at life, everything's great. Would an analysis on Bitcoin dominance be worthwhile? I really don't know the answer to that. So I really shouldn't answer it if I'm not too sure. Now, I always could put it up. If it's not, I don't think it would mean anything. However, when asking questions, there's sometimes different ways you can ask them. There's going to be different result. There's a better chance you might get answered, or answered in a different way. Love your last comment. Taking time spreading the views. Have you considered uploading your videos on BitChute? Yes, and I got them on there. They don't pay anything, and I don't even whatever. I'm not a big fan. I have 2 questions that I hope can help me at around 15 minutes. I think you were talking about how to calculate 61 retracement level is a short term. Um, I'll go to that in a sec. So I want to read the rest. What's yeah, I'll get that in a second. Papa loves pie. Thank you so much for all your comments. Same with Ann, all over and over consistently. And Cloxy, same thing. Ryan, thank you for all your comments. Thank you so much. And as far as that Fibonacci question, this is what I don't like about this comment section. Is there no way you can make it easy for me to read when someone writes longer comments? I mean, YouTube, seriously? Here we go. Okay, so it is. At the 15-minute mark, I think you were talking about how to calculate the 61.8% level as a short-term support. Is that true, or am I wrong? Yeah, I think I was. In your other video, you run a script to calculate that Litecoin's price target would be over 2,000. I don't remember the exact number. What formula you used to calculate that? Fibonacci upside, what I need to see is a market have an up move, then go back down to a good price correction. That's a higher low. I take the high price, I divide it by the low price, gets me the differential of the price correction. I put it to the root of 1.618 exponent, and then I multiply whatever the low is, and that gives me my Fibonacci upside. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.